The Snowmen is good. Sorry, are we expecting more commitments to that? The Snowmen it's good. It's just good. Hello and welcome to my Christmas special review series. We are getting quite close to Christmas. We're gonna have to do a couple of these after Christmas, but we don't care. Because today, we're gonna review The Snowmen. This kind of half and half episode. You see, I've talked about episodes in this Christmas series that are made purely just to celebrate the Christmas season, and I've reviewed episodes that are made, to actually do something within the show. If you don't know what I kind of mean like The End of Time, where the episode isn't really there to celebrate Christmas, it's there to get David Tennant to the regeneration point. And here, you kind of have an episode that isn't solely dedicated to anything in particular, but also a large portion of it is dedicated to having a version of Clara that then dies, feeling into Asylum of the Daleks and Series 7B. So it already kind of exists in that odd middle ground. Also, it is slightly hard to not hold against this episode the fact that if it's setting up Series 7B, it's setting up one of the worst runs in the show. I don't know why I'm fencing with the camera. But let's not hold that against it. What works in this episode and what doesn't. You see, I'm going to be really positive about some elements and quite harsh about some others. Because what really, really works here is the characters. Obviously, you've got Matt Smith delivering a very good performance, but what really makes this episode shine is what is quite widely known as the best version of Clara. Now, I completely know I'm not making an original point when I say this, but this Victorian Clara is clearly the most interesting version of Clara, much better than Asylum, and quite frankly, much better than certainly the 7B Clara that we get as our ongoing companion. The Clara in this Victorian time is witty, clever, really funny, and just such a brilliantly well-rounded character. Almost allowing herself to be like an equal with the Doctor. It's just a fantastic dynamic throughout the episode, and so enjoyable. Yeah, honestly, I feel like maybe if this episode was set in modern day, and then we could have had Victorian Clara be the actual Clara, I would have really rated that. It kind of like, I feel like this was where we really started to get the complaints of like, why can't we have a non-modern day companion in New Who? Because we saw how good Victorian Clara was, and we kind of wanted that to be the Clara that continued. Also, the Paternoster gang here are an absolute delight. Look, do I have mixed feelings towards the character of Strax, just because as a child I loved the Sontarans, and Strax kind of just makes a bit of a mockery out of the Sontarans? Yeah, but the Paternoster gang overall is just such a fun concept, and these characters are always fun and entertaining when on screen, and they work incredibly well here. It's such a shame that, again, the Paternoster gang appears the most in Series 7B. I can never not complain about how much I dislike 7B. Oh, so bad. Now, what here doesn't work? Mainly the plot. Apart from some cool moments, I feel like the opening moment, like Richard E. Grant and the workers, is quite cool, but the snow and snowmen and, even the great intelligence stuff, just generally, uninteresting. And you cast Ian McKellen, you let him be in Doctor Who, and then he's the voice of a talking fucking snow globe. Are you mugging me off? Not gonna lie, there's not really much depth I can bring to this point. In terms of a plot, it's dull. Like, you can genuinely feel the energy shift from these really dull snowmen scenes, these, Doctor and Clara scenes with so much passion and energy, and it's yin and yang stuff. Is that the point of yin and yang? Like night and day, or is it all this? I should tell me if I've got yin and yang right in the comments below. Look, weirdly, I'm going to compare this episode to Doctor Who Series 2. Because in Doctor Who Series 2, you have episodes like Love and Monsters and Fear Her. Lord, ooh. But I find pretty much all of Series 2 really, really watchable, because whenever they're on screen, Ten and Rose are magic. No, this isn't me supporting the love thing. The love thing was weird, but just as characters, they're magic. And what they always did was, like, lifted mediocre episodes. Story bad, but it's got Tennant and Rose in, so it's not too bad. Ooh, the flow. I'm so camp in this video, I don't know what's going on. And I kind of feel like that's the same dynamic here, where you've got a great Doctor and companion crushed into a very meh story, so it ends up being good. Oh, I brought that full circle. Also, I feel I get the point, but Matt Smith was a little bit too, not the acting, but just generally was a little bit too grumpy. Just generally, that plot line, like, Dr. Grumpy and sad over Amy and Rory, it got a bit old quite quickly. So that's my review. Did you like this review? Did you like the episode? Let me know in the comments. God, these are getting... If you're watching the playlist through of all these, this is getting really formulaic, isn't it? Which is why you should go click the playlist here, filled with all of these formulaic Doctor Who reviews that you can tell I'm still really passionate about reviewing Doctor Who Christmas specials. I want to get back to regular content. I can't lie, but you know when you've started a series and you feel like you've got to finish it, even though we're probably going to be doing this series beyond Christmas. Yeah, subscribe.